Anybody got a tambourine this morning? Good morning. Come on, ladies. You know it's an hour earlier. It's time to get up and get fresh, regardless of that British summertime. Woo! Good morning. Good morning, Sarah Louise. Say hello where you are coming from. Let me know. Because you look so fine and I really want to make you mine. Yes, Johnny. Live jumper. Sanya, Kate. Good morning. That's it. Come on and get your tricks. You don't need money when you look like that, do you? Good morning, Lucy. Good morning, Irene. Yes, I'm going to be your girl, Tracy. Morning, Shani. Ooh, jet black stare. I can see. You home with me. Come on, Joel. With another man. Yes. I know we ain't got much to say. Yes. Good morning, Tash. There's only one question, isn't there? You know what it is. I said, are you gonna be my girl? Yes, I fucking am. Yes, Kathleen. Come on. Morning, Anne. Let's get some blood pumping in those bodies. So fine, and I really want to make you mine. Okay, morning, chatters. Right, I want to hear. What's your word of the week last week? Lizzie. Helen, morning. I tell you, you don't need money when you've got a face like this, lads. Big black boots, long blonde hair. She's so sweet with that. Jet black stare. Yes, Bridget. You know you can sing this one, Bridget. You were with another man. You were with another man? Morning, Porter. Much to say. I want to see you shaking, dancing. Okay, Kate's got action. Were you on the prosperity portal last week? How are you feeling? Busy and buzzing? Jeez, what a week, Sally. Roller coaster-ish. Okay. Boom, boom. Who's air guitaring? Who's air drumming with me right now? Ooh, good morning. New one in, Shapara. Is that how I say your name? Frustrating week. Okay. It is a great song. Come on, ladies. Tag your friends that need to be in this live stream right now. Tag them, get them in. Out with the old, in with the new, Helen. I know we ain't got much to say. We've got fucking plenty to say. What are you talking about? We never stop talking. Yes, light-filled, exciting, buzzing sisterhood. I'm loving your energy too. Ah. Thank you very much, Jet. Thank you, my dear boys. Oh, the congregation are here. The congregation are here. Good morning, song. Children of the universe, source incarnate. Mary Magdalene's across the world. Jesus's, the Mother Mary, Kalima, and all the rest of the river nymphs, goddesses, gods, Pan, and whoever may want to join us in this beautiful harmonious ceremony of joyful life in the spring. Summer springtime has sprung because we're an hour fucking early. Yes, thank you very much, UK clocks. Morning, Lauren. Lucy L. purging, right, okay. Okay. Energizing. Prosperous and clearing. Okie dokie. Keep tagging your lady friends that should be in here on the Libra full moon. Get them in. Because this is a fantastical week coming off that last week's energy buzz. And you know we're going to say it. You know we're going to say it. And it's not, are you going to be my girl? It is. What a fucking week. What a fucking week. What a year. What a trimester. What a month, what an eon, what a decade. Century. It is just crazy how fast this energy is moving forward right now. And if you are really, really clear, if you get quiet, if you listen to your own energy, your own subtle energy, you will be able to feel that shift now that from the 1st of January, we have kind of been on this roller coaster trajectory. So we've kind of got to this point and we've built up so much momentum that we are now able to glide in the sky. There is an effortlessness that is coming. Some of you may not feel that effortlessness yet because you're still, wherever these energies are touching your chart, you're still in that fast momentum stuff. And that will shift this week. So to kind of give you an idea, wherever this full moon is in your birth chart, it's going to really illuminate that area. Naturally, Libra is partnership. Naturally, Libra is the 7th house. And so as a collective, we're all feeling this full moon illumination around our relationships, around our partnerships, around the I'm talking with the man in the mirror. Anyone seen my reel today? Feeling like some kind of TikTok legend because I've had like 3 views, yeah. But I want to kind of go back to last week first so that we can get context for this week. And last week we had that powerful equinox energy where we had day and night. Ooh, ooh. Sorry, can you tell I'm a bit buzzed up? We had that energy that aligned with harmony in the timing of day and night. And then we literally watched the sun as it rolled over to that 0 degrees Aries and just started the brand new zodiac year. And at the same time, we had Chiron at that point. And Chiron is playing such an enormous role in all of the astrology at the moment, which is why I'm doing Wounds to Wisdom to Wealth. I don't know if you've seen me promoting that at all. I've been very quiet about it. But essentially, Chiron is this, it's a twofold energy. So when we had that power energy last week of like Aries being the first breath, the first light of fire. Remember the stories about Prometheus. Ali will tell you about Prometheus, Ali Chambers, how he gave the humans fire. And it was that changed their identity from just mere like beasts to this human that we see now, the magic, the secret of fire. There's so many different myths around it. There's so many different kind of plays and films that are written around this myth. The Jungle Book, for example, you know, where fire comes in to initiate a new level of consciousness, a new level of awareness, a new level of awakening. And once you're in that bandwidth of consciousness, once you have the secret source, you can't go back. You know something you didn't know before. And there's usually a struggle at that point, a struggle of consciousness between comfort and evolution, between the past and the future. And that's kind of what's been occurring over the last few days, the last few weeks. Hi there, how are you doing? Joe, oh my gosh, I just remembered I forgot to send you the link. Oh well, I will send it to you. So as we kind of move through this trajectory of past and future, as we now start to kind of focus our gaze on the future, we can see what it actually takes to make happen what we want to make happen. And that can feel overwhelming and it can feel limiting, and we can start to have negative self-talk. And so last week I offered the prosperity portal every morning to be able to kind of put something in place where we can all collectively move through this old patterning together. Because this is the real message now of this moon. Everything is connected. There is no astrology in isolation. So as we move through that Aries power, that new initiation, ideas, the masculine moving outward force, we now come to this Libra full moon. And Libra full moon, all moons are illumination. Big, bright, heralding, shining light in the sky. But Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is the opposite of Mars and Aries. She's flow, she's feminine, she receives. She is the one that receives the sperm to create the third entity, the child. She's not the one that goes out and hunts, she's the gatherer. So she is the opposite of this energy, and all the zodiac is in pairs. So you find that Aries and Libra are on the same axis. And this particular full moon, like all full moons, have the sun opposite them. And that's why we get to have a look at these two energies in polarity and how we can meet them in the middle. But Libra is the scales. It is the equilibrium. It really speaks to partnership and who I am when there is something else on the other side of the scale, and how I get to measure myself against that and with that, and what I need to be to balance myself with that other energy. And just like if you were sat on a seesaw and there was somebody else on the other side, you can shout at them, you can yell at them, you can ask them to jump up and down, to bob you up and down. But essentially, it's their choice whether they make that movement. It's your choice as to whether you make your movement too. And if you want to balance out that seesaw, if you really want to kind of get the harmony that Libra is asking for, it's up to you to move yourself. It's up to you to balance yourself out. And yeah, you might find the other one starts going crazy on the other side. So you get to respond to how this energy is moving, but always concentrating on the inside, not the other side. And so this kind of brings us into key now with this main story of Chiron and the balance and Venus over in Aries and the moon over in Libra, and how all of this works together with our emotions in relationships, in partnerships, in business, in where we want to go in the world and what we want to create in the world. So this week, today, we have this Libra full moon. And essentially it's going to open up our awareness. Like being gifted the fire by Prometheus, we're going to have our awareness opened to who we are being in relationship with other people. How we are responsible for creating the shift on the other side of the scale, the other side of the seesaw. How we are responsible for holding ourselves calm, no matter how much they are jumping up and down. And to see that as we practice that inner grace, that inner gratitude, that inner resilience and radiance that Libra really speaks to, we find this alchemy that shifts our own personal internal selves, and thus shifts the alchemy of the other. I talked to the alchemy group this week about the illusion of separation. And the Libra full moon really speaks to that there is no separation. It's the ego that is there to create the illusion of separation. Because when we come to incarnate on this earth, we require the illusion of separation to experience 3D. I am not the table. I'm not the hand behind me. I'm not the flowers behind me. I'm separate from them so I can experience them. I can feel the energy between me and the other. Because outside of this 3D, it's very obvious that we are all one. We are all connected. There is no time and space. It is just a now. And so we're invited to bring that concept into our day-to-day energy. That actually, when we look at the other as a literal reflection of ourselves, and we offer ourselves grace with the way that we're responding, we can find something in the other that is in ourselves. And when we find that in ourselves, and you know, this comes up so much in romantic relationships because they mirror our first relationships of mother and father so very much. When they make us angry, when they upset us, when they devalue us, when they abuse us, you know, when something out there comes into our energy and we take it personally. The invitation with Libra is to watch it coming in and to not take it personally, to see that there is a part of you in that person or in that event that is hidden inside of you. And so it's being projected out onto the other person so you can see it. So you can see it and heal it in yourself first and foremost. And this can be a tricky concept. It can be a really tricky concept because, you know, we want to human. We want to feel our emotions. We want to, you know, really move through life in awe and wonder. And we also really want to feel anger and upset and sorrow. You know, it's a genuine energy that comes through us. Yet Libra is detached. It's air. It's this element of, you know, the 3 air signs. You've got Aquarius, that is completely detached. It's other energy all over the place. It's alien energy, it's future, it's out there ideas that we can't even fathom yet. And then we've got Gemini, that is the air of talking and communication and fast-wittedness and double-sidedness and, you know, this kind of gossipy, communicative energy, media. And then Libra brings both of those into balance, kind of the out there energy and the local energy, and it holds them, but it's still in the mind. And it's kind of like the celestial energy of Venus. So what has this kind of got to do with us all this week? Well, this balance is directly opposite Chiron. This balance is directly opposite Venus herself in this fiery sign of Aries. So there's a struggle between what we want, who we believe we are, what we find fair, what we find just, what we find beautiful, and what other people find fair, and what other people find beautiful, and their opinion, and their world, and their belief. And there comes a point where there are differences that we can't always reconcile. But to dismiss their point of view entirely is to try and change reality. And to do that is only a struggle inside. And this is the energy of the human, that we believe what we see is the only reality. And yet there are 8 billion humans on the planet, not to mention all the other species of animals and plants and rocks and all the other entities that we can't see. And they all have a perspective too. So Libra invites us to see the other perspective. You don't have to agree with the other perspective, but you get to be in empathy with it. I did an amazing interview yesterday with Brian Miller, who is going to be on our Wounds to Wisdom to Wealth next week. And he is not into astrology at all, but when he started talking, I was like, wow, you are literally speaking the Libra full moon. And one of the points he made was about human connection is his specialism, and how he found that the only way he could shift the outside world was by shifting himself. And it took quite dire straits to get to that realization. But to understand that other people had an opinion, he said, it sounds embarrassing now, but actually it really was the key to being able to open up my world. And this is the invitation with Libra. Because tomorrow what will happen is Mercury, that is in Pisces, is going to meet with Neptune. Now, Neptune is this glorious, illusory, mermaid energy, swimming deep in the seas with mystical, magical creatures. And when Mercury is in there, Mercury is our communication. It's singing to the mermaids of illusion. It's singing to the ideals of life. It can get confused with what it is that we really want. We might have seen in videos and films and read in books what romance and partnership should be like. And so we take that on as our own. And when we project it into relationships and it doesn't always end up like the fairy tale, we get upset. We feel hard done by. And it's like, why me? Why is this not working out? And actually, we're being invited to create our own ideal in relationships. And what might be ideal for you may not be ideal for me. And who you love might not be who I love. And who you love might not be what your friends love. And who you love might not be what your parents love. And so there's another dynamic to relationship. And what's interesting is what you love, your partner might not love. And so we come to this choice point of, do I want to struggle fighting against the other's opinion to make them believe that my side is right, and thus causing two rights, which I've said before, when I'm right and they think they're right, you're both wrong. Two rights only make a wrong. And so the invitation is to say, you're right in your perspective, I'm right in mine. And what can we do in the space in between? How can we find the balance point? Can we put down our weapons? Can we put down our hurt, our victimhood? Can we put our wounds on the table and communicate them with grace and humility? Can we say, that hurt me, without spitting it in anger? Can we invite conscious conversation with our friends, with our partners, with ourselves? Because if Libra is the full moon of relationship, it really is the full moon of the relationship with ourselves. If this world is a mirror, we're only receiving who we're being to ourselves on the inside. And many of us argue for our limitations. Many of us argue that, we want to be right, so we make what we're feeling right. Even when somewhere along the line we could soften our heart. And it takes courage. It takes courage to be vulnerable. It takes courage to go to somebody that you're arguing with or you've got a difference of opinion with and say, I'm willing to listen to your perspective. I'm willing to open my heart, as much as it's going to upset me and trigger me, because you're probably going to say things about me that I don't like. But I'm going to hear how it's affecting you, as if I was listening to somebody speaking about someone else and not about me. The alchemy of that moment shifts the other person, shifts the other perspective. They don't need to hold their weapon anymore either. And this is Libra, along with the Mercury, mystical waters and Neptune coming in too. And the powerful element here is that this full moon is in a trine. It's in a super grand trine with Mars, the warrior, and the ruler of Aries. He is with the North Node in Gemini. This is our collective destiny, where we are going as a people, as a humanity. And it's in Gemini. I speak about this every week. We are moving towards this collective community of understanding other people's perspectives. Gemini is a double perspective. And Mars is the action taker. And the other part of this trine, this beautiful triangle on the astrology chart, is Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. Let's not forget those two big heavyweights, because they are still there. Jupiter is hurtling towards the end of Aquarius, keeps moving forward, expanding our ideas, seeing new possibilities, giving us insights, opportunities for greater growth in the future. And Saturn is saying, be disciplined. Be disciplined. Don't just wishy-washy dream it. Be in the moment. You want to create something in the future? Yes, you can. But you need momentum. You need to keep moving. You need discipline. You need commitment. And so with this trine, we have the fresh air of Libra. The beautiful balance and grace, holding both action, movement forward, and vision, as well as discipline, and the opposing forces of this wound in Chiron and this Venus with grace, receiving the healing. But ultimately, the healing comes from you deciding that you will put down your weapons, you will invite conscious conversation, first and foremost in your own heart, in the mirror. And when you have eased your own troubled child internally, then to go to the other and to gift that grace out to someone else. Because just like you, everyone else is in their own shit. Everyone else is feeling their own hurt. Everyone else is in relationship too. Life does not exist without relationship. We do not exist without the other. We are born from the other. We are suckled by the other. We are a society. We are born into groups and tribes. We are naturally a community. And so this is your invitation this week. Because towards the end of the week, Venus will come into a trine with Saturn. And when it does, it will be a beautiful energy, a sextile, not a trine. When it does, there will be an opportunity for you to actually put into practice the discipline of self-love, of self-respect, of self-harmony, so that you can gift it out to the other. And yes, Lucielle, it's peace. Libra is so peaceful. Libra is grace and beauty and peace and harmony. But we cannot get to that point unless we address everything that isn't that first and foremost. And when we gift ourselves that conversation with ourselves, we are then freed up to gift ourselves that conversation with others and ultimately give them the olive branch of peace. So I'd love to know what's landed for you, because literally only 6 minutes before I got online, I was in a wild state. I've had a lot of emotion come up this morning, a lot of triggers. You can write this stuff, but you still get to experience it. And I decided to go for a wild drive in the Libra fast winds. And I did so. And I went hell for leather, honey. And it blew all of the shite thinking away. And I invite you to do the same, to get out in the wind today, to bring that wind into your life, that air, to breathe deeper, to breathe into your lungs and allow life to show you that we are all connected. And without that life, without that breath, you wouldn't be here. Without those trees, part of the prosperity portal, we give so much gratitude to the trees for allowing us to breathe in what they expel and vice versa. And it's just the same with everyone else. we are in relationship. So I ask you to go out and embrace the wild wind. Take it into your soul. Let your hair go wild. Be the wild woman that screams into the universe and lets all that emotion go so that your vessel can be cleaner and clearer, so consciousness can come into your conversation with yourself and with the other. And it is not stuck by the shit, the emotions that we cannot move. And therefore, we are healing. We're healing with the elements. We're healing with ourselves. So I also invite you to come and join me for Wounds to Wisdom to Wealth, because I've put so much effort and energy into creating this series so that I can demonstrate, not just from my experience, but an array of different people who have genuinely faced their shit and had to kind of overcome it, not by luck, by work and by awareness. But from that, they have opened up gifts that they never knew were possible. So if you're not registered, please get registered and join me. And I am offering a magnetic money activation on the 1st of April for those that join me in VIP. And I'm really excited about this particular activation because it's not something that I've done before, but it's something that's been coming through me in my own personal practice every day. And I really want to gift it to those people that are open now to receiving, really open to receiving what life has for them. And there's going to be a few changes around the place. You will all be feeling these changes coming up this week. There will be moments where you might hear things that are potentially upsetting or hurtful, but they are happening to either shift energies away from you or shift energies towards you so that you can then move towards your much more destined path and stand on your own 2 feet. You know, there is this element of community, but there's also the element of individuality. We cannot support another person if we are not supporting ourselves first. That is flimsy thinking. And in spirituality, a lot of people think that if they help other people all the time, then that's really good enough. And actually, we're starting to see very quantumly that is a mass media communication to hold us in lack. And actually what is true is that when we are really in our own power, when we really support ourselves and gift ourselves the consciousness and the love that we truly desire, we're then able to gift it to other people with a genuine heart. And when we do it with a genuine heart, you can't fool quantum physics. Quantum physics shifts the energy and brings in things that you could never imagine. So why did I choose Jet, Are You Gonna Be My Girl today? Because to be honest, I wanted you to ask that to yourself. Are you gonna be your girl? Are you ready to be your girl? Are you ready to stick on those fucking sexy boots and get your hair flowing with your jet black stare and be like, with a face like this, honey, who needs fucking money? Because I'm good, I'm graceful, I'm awake. So let me know what landed. Let me know you're registered for Wounds to Wisdom to Wealth. Oh my gosh, and get up and dance and sing with me. Oh yeah, who's clicking? Let me see the comments. Should we get a card? Should we get a card? I'm gonna go for shamanic medicine. 1, 2, 3. You look so fine and I really want to make you mine. You look so fine in yourself. I want to make myself man, honey. Okay. 1,000,000 thanks. Yes, Windwalk. Yay. Okay, what else have we got? What's landing for you? Be open. I can see. You home with me. You are with another man. Okay, what are we pulling? Oh my gosh! It is him! It is the White Eagle! And if you've worked with me for a long time now, you know that is my shamanic name. White Eagle. The medicine shield, protection. You see him, isn't he beautiful? You look so fine and I really want to make you man. Spread your eagle wings. Go out in that wild wind. Enjoy soaring to higher heights of consciousness. And you know what? When I feel this medicine shield and it says protection, we are all protected already. We are all protected. The open heart is a protection of itself. The aura, as you open it up, nobody can penetrate that shit. No, they can't. Yes, White Eagle. I know we ain't got much to say. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow on Wounds to Wisdom to Wealth, yo.
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
Yeah, I am. Actually, I am. Let me just see some of the comments then. Went for a wild windy walk. Yes, fantastic. Who's going for a wild windy walk today then? Let me know. Chloe, there isn't a word of this that doesn't resonate. Okay. Rich opportunities for growth. Brilliant. I would really love it if you shared this. Please share the Sunday service. Please share it on Instagram, on Facebook. Tag me in it. We need more eyes on this. And I'm opening up for Libra to support me in my message to the world through you incredible sisters. So I'd really love it if you shared it for me. Tag me in it. And are you going to be my girl? I think you are, honey. I think you are. Let's leave this bar. Have an amazing day. Mwah. See you tomorrow.